sure that we're live before we actually start. Okay, come on. I got a commercial. So that could be good or bad. Depends on how it... All right, we're good. So, all right. So, greetings, citizens of the internet. I'm Static Buzz, and this is the Gaming Watch Weekly episode 14. We're doing it live on Twitch. We do it live about 6 p.m. every Sunday, Arizona time. We try to anyways. And then it goes live on the next morning, and this one will be October 7th on YouTube. With me is Oz. How you been? I haven't seen you in a bit. I know you were under the weather yesterday, so hopefully you're better.
I'm doing good. So, as you know, I've been busy with work. I've been flying a lot and all over, and just felt a little under the weather. So now I'm feeling better, and hopefully we can pick up where we left off.
Yeah, we had some momentum going, so hopefully we can get that back. I've tried to keep it going by streaming and doing some other things. Don't know if you noticed, but trying to move those videos from my channel over, they were only coming up in 720p, so didn't really feel comfortable with the quality being lower. So I'm probably gonna either just move on and do our own thing, or redo the videos that I think would be beneficial for our channel. But
yeah, that's understandable.
So, anyways, what do we have on tap for today? We have Sony makes a few announcements in regards, or their response for Stadia and the whole cloud streaming business that's going on. Borderlands 3 nerfs flak again, but they fix most. Yeah, I know. Frogware games removed from Steam. Ghost Recon Breakpoint servers are back up. Ghost Recon is not being well received. Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming to PC. Yay!
About time.
Rocket League reveals its next system that's replacing crates. Super Smash Bros. Can have any single one of the Overwatch roster, director says. Basically, Blizzard wants an Overwatch character in Super Smash Bros.
Well, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get
to that. Yeah, we'll get to that.
We're going to start with Sony makes a few announcements. They were in an interview with Wired, and they have made a couple announcements and done a couple things like right at the timing of that interview being released. So they've reduced the cost of PlayStation Now from $20 a month to $9 a month, and started to add newer titles like God of War, Infamous Second Son, Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, Grand Theft Auto 5. Like they needed more players in that game.
I don't even have that downloaded. I mean, I own it, but God.
I have it downloaded on too many things. But so they've added that to the list of games you can play on PlayStation Now. Are you aware of what PlayStation Now is?
Now is the service that allows you to play online plus gives you some games, right? Because it was 20 something, but $24.99 or something.
That's PlayStation Plus is what you're thinking of.
Oh, okay. So Now was just the online portion, right?
No, Now is the Sony streaming service.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't stream on.
Yeah. So what it really was they had their older catalog on it, so you could play PlayStation 3 games and older games, and you would stream it. You wouldn't download it for the longest time. And then a couple months back, they said, okay, now you can download the games and have them on your actual PlayStation hard drive. So they kind of competed with Xbox in regards to how they do, like how Xbox does PlayStation Game Pass, or how Xbox does their Game Pass.
Okay.
The difference is, right now on Xbox, you can't stream from the cloud. You have to download the game. PlayStation's Now, you can stream it from the cloud or download it, however you want to do it. So for me, the biggest hurdle of jumping in was the $20 price point. I couldn't see paying that a month for that service. It just didn't make sense. $9.99, you're getting closer. Now, if they can bundle that with PlayStation Plus and make it $15 like Xbox Game Pass and Xbox Gold does, I'll do it. But until they do that, or unless there's just an old game that's hard to get that I really want to play for a couple months, that might draw me in. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I just recently did Plus, but that's only because I started doing Red Dead Online and stuff like that. So
And
I don't know.
Rocket League.
And now and Rocket League. So now with our later talk of it coming to PC, that might get nixed at some point. Just saying.
You won't be able to play with us, man. You won't be able to play Rocket League with us. Well, I guess we can play it on PC.
Now, if we do more Rocket League, I will keep it. But right now, it's solely been for Red Dead.
But you get free games every month. Or you are getting your free games every month, right?
Yes, I am. So
yeah, I feel you. I feel you there. I mean, it's a fee that. How much is Plus a month? Is it
$24.99 or something like that? I think. I'll have to look at my credit card. Yeah, I'll have to look at my credit card bill to tell you about that. I don't know.
I don't think that it's that much.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Could be.
Because you can get a year membership for $42.49 on CD Keys right now. So.
Oh, okay.
I think it's. Yeah, $60 at Walmart. You can get a yearly. So
then I'll have to check. I'll have to check what I'm paying.
I think it's $9.99 a month. You might have paid for like a 3-month thing.
That might have been it.
And then that would make sense.
Yeah. I'll have to check.
The other probably even bigger news is that Sony has said crossplay, which they've always kind of fought back against, is now out of beta for PlayStation. Meaning that any developer that wants to add it to their game or open it up can do so. Meaning I could play Rocket League on my Xbox One X with you guys on your PlayStation 4, which is outstanding. Now, how we do the whole hooking up together and joining a party, I don't know. Maybe we just play against the other, communities.
I don't know how they would hook into... I don't know how you would get the Xbox Live or whatever it is called now to hook in with the Sony network.
It would have to be inside a Rocket League. It would have to be like friends there or something.
Possibly, yeah.
I do think they might have, but I haven't used it because I haven't had a need. So we might have to look into that.
Yeah.
But they have other games that are going to have it, like the Call of Duty that's coming out. They're going to have cross play on that. There was a list. I didn't write down the list. I just think it's interesting now that I don't know if you remember, like it seems like a year ago. I don't know the date. Fortnite accidentally turned on crossplay between the Xbox and the PlayStation communities, and the only reason people noticed was because of the way that the naming is done is different.
Oh.
So they're like, well, that's not a PlayStation name, So they knew, and they kind of made everybody aware of it, and Fortnite had to turn it off. I believe it was Fortnite. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Fortnite. So it's just kind of funny that it's been available all this time, but they've not allowed it, and now they're finally allowing it. But let's go ahead and talk about the next game, which I hope that they open up cross-play and cross-progression on.
Yeah. So, Borderlands 3, there's an update coming that nerfs Flak again, but also fixes Moses' grenade build, which I happen to like. So, a week ago, I think they nerfed Flak, and it was, I think, his, Leave No Trace skill that was affected by it. They have decided that the robotic character is still entirely too powerful, and he's going to get hit with the Nerf hammer again, unfortunately.
They're killing my favorite character.
Yeah, well, he is a pretty badass character to have in there, I mean, so it's one of those where it's like, oh, the other guys don't feel as powerful as he does. I mean, most feels
bring them up then. Don't knock him down. Bring them up.
Well, but then you're lifting everybody else up, and then it's like, well, it's easier just to, I don't know.
My thing they're taking the easy way out. Exactly, they're taking the easy way out.
So, fortunately, Mose is getting a fix with her grenade build, which hopefully should fix Iron Bear a little bit.
Yay for you.
Yes, Iron Bear's going to get a fix. I mean, I love being able to get into Iron Bear, but his ability his fuel tank is just like, and then you're like, damn.
Yeah, it should be I feel like it should be I played Mo's a little bit messing around with the characters. I feel that should be more of a time thing. Like you get it for 15 seconds, 30 seconds, whatever they decide on, and whatever your build is. It should be a time thing, not anything else. And you should be able to build skills up in there to increase that time.
Well, I mean, you do get skill points that increase his fuel tank, but like, so the grenade launcher consumes lots of fuel to shoot that, and the minigun really doesn't. So it's one of those where it's like, if I got a lot of guys over there, I'm going to be lobbing grenades and using the minigun, and then you're going to see the tank go empty. Now, if it's just a bunch of guys or if it's just guys all over the screen, I'm just going to take the minigun and start spraying and praying, and I'll have Iron Bear longer. But once more people start grouping together, then I'm gonna start lobbing grenades. But yeah, unfortunately, Flak's gonna get nerfed, and Mo's is gonna get a little bit of a fix. But all in all, I still think the state of the game is pretty good. I'm looking to get back into it this week.
Yeah, you need to catch up to where I am on my Xbox.
Yeah, we got to do that, and it's we should be able to. I don't know. I leave Wednesday again and get back Friday, so maybe it'll be the weekend. But after that week, I should have a little bit of coasting time before something else comes up. So, but
yeah, we still got to get into another game that we've been trying to get into, and
well, right now it's not being well received, and I can feel it, and I'm not quite feeling that game that much right now either. So,
hey, I'm fine with staying with Borderlands 3 because I want to. It unlocks the end game stuff once you beat the game, and then you can start putting points into their.
Well, we got the holiday event coming up soon.
No, we need to finish the story, get max level, and start doing the things.
Yeah.
Doing the dang thing.
Dude, like I said, had this stuff not happened with work where they were like, be on a plane now, we'd have been done by now. But
oh yeah, we definitely would have been. I'm actually nearing. I don't know. I've gotten pretty far on another playthrough by myself. I didn't want to advance that character without you because that's ours, but I have been playing. Like when it's.
I started a Banshee, or whatever her character was.
Amara.
Yeah, but I only got like the first part done. Then I was like, I'm still not feeling good. So I
could tell you're not feeling good because you called it a Banshee when you meant Siren.
Siren, yeah.
Yeah, so I could tell you're not feeling good.
I'm feeling better.
You are feeling better? Good.
Yeah, just
so you also have in your notes that the patch also rebalances the Gigamind, the Katagawa Ball, and Billy the Anointed boss battles. I haven't got to Billy the Anointed one, but the Katagawa Ball is a pain solo. It is a pain solo.
Well, we should be able to knock it down pretty quick with
when we get there. Yeah, we'll be all right. Well, there's a lot of health on that one, and it shoots a lot of missiles, and your health drops really quickly. So, what I had to do when I was playing on my Xbox is I had to duck behind everything, wait for my racks to come back, and shoot a rack and get it down with my racks, and then rinse and repeat, just avoid everything that he was shooting at me, running around, ducking behind things and stuff. It was not fun.
Is there a lot of cover in that fight? A lot of cover spots, or
there's enough. There's enough, but it just takes one barrage of missiles and you're like done. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
we'll take it on here and get it taken care of.
Yeah,
but yeah. So yeah, they're doing this patch. Sounds like it's going to be well received. It's going to fix me. Other than the flak players don't like getting hit with the nerf hammer, but all in all, I think it's just to rebalance the game a little bit.
So let's talk about that flak change.
Yep.
What they're talking about is the leave no trace skill.
No trace. Yep.
What that skill does is while you're shooting, your magazine, when you critical, has a chance of getting a bullet put in it. So what they were doing is they were boosting that up as high as they could through, 5 regular points and then like any items they'd have. And they would take an item and just like on bosses, and you know how there are certain spots on bosses that when you hit them, it's always a critical, right? So they would just mow into the boss like endlessly because they kept getting bullets back into their magazine.
Oh,
Wouldn't even have to reload because it's in their magazine.
jeez.
And they would just, and I've seen videos that I'm like, come on.
That has to be, that has to be fixed.
Has to be
That
nerfed. So my playstyle isn't that. My playstyle is I go for crits, but I'm going for crits so that I reduce the cooldown on my racks. My racks are what do the damage. When I hit somebody with a rack, it just, I have like the 3 racks and they all go in and they just like annihilate groups of people. And that's my build. So this isn't going to affect my build at all.
Okay.
So,
Well, I mean, yeah, it definitely looks like they're going to change some of that stuff around on there. And something like that needed to be changed. I mean, it's obviously getting exploited. So,
and you know, I don't understand why people are upset. They should have seen it and known, okay, this is not intended and it's gonna get nerfed. Because when I saw it, I was like, that ain't gonna last.
Yeah,
that's not gonna last. I'm not even gonna build towards that.
no, but it's just one of those things. If you put it out in the community, someone will find it, someone will exploit it, and then we'll get fixed. So, just saying.
Definitely. All right, so the next news article is kind of a weird one. It's Frogware games removed from Steam. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to read a letter that Frogware put out on their page so that you guys understand why. And it also talks about the games that they made so you'll know who the developer is.
Okay.
It says, hello, this letter is addressed to everyone who is interested in the video game industry and wants to take a look at what's happening behind the curtains. That's not a good first line, man.
No, that's bad.
Yeah. We are Frogware, the developers of the Sherlock Holmes video games and The Sinking City. We make detective games because it's our passion, because it allows us to live off of it. But today that is under threat. Some of our games are being removed from Sony's and Microsoft's storefront and even maybe from Steam. This list includes our titles like Sherlock Holmes, Crime and Punishment, The Testament of Sherlock Holmes vs. Jack the Ripper, and Mag Runner Dark Pulse. And they have more games. Yeah. Why? Because Focus Home Interactive, the licensee or publisher that was in charge of commercializing these games on the platform, refuses to transfer the title IDs to us, the creator and the IP owner of those titles, even though our publishing and distribution agreement has expired. So I'm not going to continue to read it because he goes on for a couple more paragraphs, but it sounds to me like the publisher, Focus Home Interactive, the agreement has expired, but they're saying we're going to hold on to the rights of this game and we're not going to let you publish these games on these unless you renew this agreement or something. So just kind of crappy that a publisher would do that, and I hope if that is the case. I mean, we're only getting it from one side. We don't know what Focus Home Interactive's response is on this. But if they truly are holding the game ransom like that, I hope that less people use them in the future. Yeah,
that's not returning that to the true creators of the game is not cool at all. It's their IP, so and
they still have ownership of it. It's they clearly say we have ownership. It's our IP. They had publishing rights. Those rights have expired. So it sounds like it was a timed amount of that they had it. And now they don't have it, and they're being jerks about it.
Well, that happens a lot in the gaming industry, so it's something that needs to change. But I mean, again, the gaming industry is a very,
cutthroat,
eat or be eaten type of world, and it's sad that this is happening to what looks like an indie developer. So. Or an up-and-coming developer. I wouldn't quite say indie, but a smaller developer.
Yeah, they're not indie, but they are smaller. I've played some of their games, and for what they are, they're really decent games. And their last Sherlock Holmes game, which I'm not sure which title is, because they say Sherlock Holmes in all of them, which they should, because that's going to sell it. It might be the Testament of Sherlock Holmes, but I'm not sure. That one got really good reviews, and supposedly they'd stepped it up to the next level on the Sherlock Holmes game. So them going through this, I feel for them. I hope that them and Focus Home Interactives can work this out and get their games back listed.
Probably take a court date and some of that stuff to hammer that's what it sounds like's going on out, unfortunately. That's usually how these things get resolved. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
Money in court,
lawyers, sorting it all out. Ugh.
Nasty, that's the downside of trying to create video games in a world where it's like, there's the big ones on top, and they just kind of swallow up the guys down below if they have something that they like, scoop them up. So
it's unfortunate for all parties involved. I'm sure that they'll sort it out though eventually. All right, so Ghost Recon Breakpoint, you want to talk about them servers?
Sure. So the servers are now up, but originally the original story was that they were getting some connection issues. They were including a silent 50001 and a silent they're alphanumeric codes, but basically it was preventing players from connecting to the world servers. And it's just one of those things that I hate it when I hate to see this on such an amped up game like Breakpoint, or Ghost Recon in general, but they did well in their beta and all of that, but then when it came to launch date, servers weren't available. So
which is horrible.
Yeah, especially for what you pay nowadays. I think if you get the ultimate, that's $119, $16, something like that. So it's like when you spend that type of money, you want to be able to download it, connect, and then play. Not go, oh damn it, the servers are down. So which sometimes I'm like, well, why don't we just you have a local install and you can play it locally, and then if you want to play in the world, then connect to those servers. I don't see why there's this big shift to constantly connect, even for something local.
As a service, that's why.
I understand that. I just, when I'm spending that type of money and I want to play, I don't want to be getting these codes, that says, oh, you can't connect because of this reason. It's like, I just threw $100 and some at you. This should work.
So I had a debate, we'll call it a debate, with somebody I worked with when Diablo 3 came out, because it's online only. And his argument was, well, when is there going to ever be an issue with online and everything? And like right when it released, there was an issue. And to me, it was almost like they had features that were in Diablo 2 that they were removing for Diablo 3, because you could play offline, you could play and you could mod your own game and stuff as long as you played offline. And then if you played online, then that was a different thing. Then those were closed characters that you shouldn't be able to manipulate. They could, but it was a lot harder to. And to me, that's kind of what they're doing with all this. They're removing the feature of being able to play it on your own. I used to be able to spin up a server and invite your friends with an IP or whatever and just play without the internet. You just, as long as they could connect to your server. Well, I mean, you'd have to have the internet, but if you were all in the same house.
No, and then you just need like a local area network.
LAN parties were the best, man. LAN parties were the best. I remember we were playing I don't remember what game it was, like Quake 3 or something.
Halo.
It was before Halo. And I remember a guy yelling from the second floor, "Who's this Dinku guy? Keeps killing me." And I was like, "That's me. That's the funnest. That's the funnest." You can't beat that. You don't get that on the internet. All you get is people talking trash because they can get away with it. But
internet tough guys. Yep.
Tough guys.
That's the problem when, like I said, with the games as a service is you dish out all this money and then you pray that their network is up and running, or that your ISP is not having a connection issue, or whatever. It's like, just let me play it locally, and if I want to invite you in, then I will, if you're on my friends list, tag you, and then you can come in, or I could come into yours. But it's like, I understand that they want this co-op stuff, but let me get through the story first before I start worrying about everything else. That's just my thought on it.
And I think it's just gonna amplify the whole situation when everybody goes cloud. I mean, like Stadia, and at least Microsoft is saying, hey, if cloud fails, we still got all this other stuff that we're doing already that we know works. And I think Sony's kind of in the same thing. They're like, they made those announcements saying, we're not going to let you guys think that Stadia is getting a leg up on us. We're doing all those things too. But we also, we have the disc. You can download your games. You can do these things.
But Stadia is going to be very reliant on your connection.
And theirs. And their servers.
The better the connection, the faster or the better the quality. So that's how it's going to go, So it's one of those. Okay. So yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, if you want, what is it, 4K, you got to have a wide path to the internet. So which is going to increase your internet bill.
Unless you're already paying for unlimited and all that stuff, like I am.
And then also, like with Cox hits you with a this is how much data you have even within your own connection, So
I went unlimited with them.
Oh,
I got in a situation where my kids came over, downloaded like every game known to man on their PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. They were all running, their Wi-Fi devices. I was downloading games, and it got over that 10 terabyte limit or whatever it is a month, and I basically was like, screw that. I'm not going to worry about it. Uploading videos to YouTube and stuff like that, I'm going to eat that up too fast. Just pay the unlimited.
Yep. And that's an extra, I think, what, $10 or so, or I can't remember what it is now, but
it was like 20 or something. Yeah. All right, continuing on with the Tom Clancy Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I kind of really don't want to read this, but I think it's necessary because I'm looking forward to this game. We haven't really dove into it yet, so we don't really have first-hand knowledge other than what we played in the beta. And what we played in the beta was fun. I don't know once you get past the beta what's there. So anyways, let me read what they're saying. It's not being well received. Ghost Recon Breakpoint is not being well received, holding a rating of 66 on PC, 70 on PlayStation 4, and 66 on Xbox One. That's according to Metacritic. It was released in a buggy state that harkens back to an early beta that we played. We saw some of the glitches that people were claiming.
Buggy stuff, man. Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, it was bad. The gameplay becomes repetitive quickly, and the story is not engaging. At least that's what, according to the reviewers I've read and watched. I'm really hoping that we dive into it and we don't find the same thing, but it is kind of disheartening that this is the reports that are coming out. The bugginess, I've seen videos of it. Like, not really a spoiler. You crash down at the beginning of the game, and then you're supposed to bandage your arm up, and like the bandages are like invisible and stuff. Like you don't see him. You just see him doing this, like I'm doing. You're like, what's he doing? And it's just stuff like that.
It was incredibly buggy. But so this is kind of what happens when you rush out a game. Now, Wildlands was awesome. I loved Wildlands. Okay, there wasn't a lot of repetitiveness. The story was also good. Did you get into
Wildlands right when it came out?
Yes, okay. I had it day one, playing it day one. I did beta and alpha.
Okay, because I heard there was some stuff when it first came out.
It wasn't nearly as bad as this is.
Okay.
So, I mean, I love me some Ghost Recon, but this one, I've been skeptical since day one, only due to the fact that when we were told the announcement to when it was releasing was a very short window. So, my thing is, it when you do that, it makes it rushed. You can't polish it up. And then you start putting in repetitive stuff. to fill the game. And like with Wildlands, there were repetitive missions to boost up the local army or the local faction, but a lot of the missions were still different. It was either a snatch and grab, an assassinate. How are you getting in and getting out? This is an island, so there's very few different ways at which you can do things. I mean, you're gonna mostly come in by air, and you're gonna Halo jump in or whatever, and that's about it. I just we'll play it because it looks like it's a decent game. It's just one of those that I don't see how they could continue it on because the voice actor for Nomad is completely different than what you had in Wildlands to Breakpoint. He's completely ripped in this one. Like all of a sudden, it's like, what was this guy doing? Some steroids between this point and this point? I mean, I don't know. When I looked at him, like, this is a different game. This is a different game, but somehow they're going to carry it on. I don't know.
I think
that was just my 2 cents for it, and I saw that it was getting negative reviews. I'm like, it's probably gonna happen, But Wildlands, not nearly as bad.
Did I'm drawing a blank on this, and I don't know why. In Wildlands, did they have gear that had gear score on it?
No, I mean basically. So there was no gear score. There was everything was cosmetic that you were wearing. It was all cosmetic.
Yeah, it's
kind of whatever weapons that you had, you picked up, and then you picked up suppressors, brakes, scopes, whatever, as you were out there. And I mean, there were certain points you could put into the system, like surviving longer on the ground, so that a teammate could come revive you, a higher pain threshold, so you had more hit points or more armor. But it wasn't a like, okay, this is green and this is blue. I'm going to put this on because this is blue and it has higher armor and all of that. That's completely new to Breakpoint.
So yeah, that's what I thought. So now it's almost like they're competing with Destiny, trying to be a Destiny type game, or basically, or Division,
the Division,
or any of those ones.
Yeah, any of those that require you to have better gear for gear checks. This is following that suit, which I don't like that aspect. Also. I mean, give me cosmetic stuff. That's great, and so I can make my guy look like a badass. But I really don't need.
Now you're gonna have to get that gear that has the higher score, and that cool item you had that looked cool is gonna have to go away.
It's gonna go out the window unless they put some transmogging in there or whatever.
Man, I really hope that we get in there and it's different, or they make some patches and it fixes whatever is wrong. But
yeah,
I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see. So let's talk about some better news.
Okay.
Go ahead and go on with the next one.
All right. So we talked about this previously, that there are rumors, but it's now being confirmed that Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming to PC.
Okay, before you go any further, let me just say, I can shoot stuff now!
Yes.
I can aim!
You can shoot stuff now and not have to...
I can aim!
Yes. So... when this was announced, it was like basically today, Rockstar finally confirmed the news that the PC cowboy game is Red Dead Redemption is coming to the PC. It looks like a few details reveal the announcement, but the studio is committed to doing a release date of November 5th. Mm-hmm. So, which is good. Next month. Basically next month yesterday. And it looks like they're going to do some sort of bundling, but that they're going to talk a little bit more about next week. But, they put a humble bundle together or whatever, that's going to be great. Or if they re-release it and you can get the collector's edition, which I missed out on for Red Dead 2 on the PlayStation, and redo it on the PC, that would be great. Because there's a few things I kind of missed out on that I wish I would have had, but,
On which one? The first game or second game?
No, for Red Dead 2 on the PlayStation. So, like the Warhorse and a few other things.
Okay.
No, I'm on...
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, so... but yeah, it's one of those things where I'm looking forward to. So...
now, I don't see on here where you talk about, and I don't know if this is official or not, but I thought that it was going to be a because Rockstar released their gaming store app a couple weeks back, and I think it was preparing for this. But I heard that it's going to be exclusive on that for like a month before it comes out on Epic and Green Man Gaming, and I don't see anything in here that says that
in there on that right now. So it's just a matter of
It does say Steam version won't be available until December.
Yeah.
So maybe the other 3 get it on November 5th, and then Steam doesn't get it for a month.
What other 3?
Well, you have the Rockstar, Epic Game Store, Green Man Gaming. Oh, actually 4. And Humble Store.
Yeah.
So those 4 could get it on November 5th, and then Steam doesn't get it for a month. Maybe that's what it was, and I didn't really... I was doing something when somebody was talking about it, so it didn't have my full attention.
Yeah, so I don't know.
And Stadia, when Stadia comes out, it's going to be a launch title.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
For Stadia. Not that I'm going to play it there. I'm going to play it probably...
No, because Stadia is going back to the toggle. So, yeah.
No, Stadia, you can play on your PC.
Oh. Okay.
Sure.
Well, that's fine, because as long as I don't have to aim this way, I'm fine, because I can't aim that way.
But it's going to depend on your upload speed, download speed, as opposed to your gaming hardware, which I have good gaming hardware, so why would I do that?
Yeah.
So I'll probably get it on Epic or Green Man or Humble, wherever I can get it the cheapest.
I'm probably going to do it on... Well, my thing is I don't want to keep spreading everything across these different platforms. It's like I want to either keep it on Steam or on Epic Gaming or something like that.
So here's the deal with Green Man and Humble, though. You get keys. So if those keys are for the Epic Game Store, then you're good to go. If they're for Steam, don't buy it because you can't play it till December. Yeah, so I would think it's for the Epic. I think it's going to be Epic.
It's going to be what I can, which platform I can, or which store I can get it and play it on first. So hopefully it's Epic. So
it'll probably be Epic or the Rockstar, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So going from Rockstar to Rocket League, Rocket League reveals its blueprint system. So Rocket League announced a while ago that it was going to be removing crates because of the whole gambling thing that's been going on.
Yep.
So they have given some details on the system, and they're going to be using. So they're introducing blueprints. I'm going to read from their site.
Sure.
A game update in December will introduce a new system called Blueprints. After you play a match of Rocket League, you have a chance to obtain blueprints. So right now you have a chance to get items or chests after a match. So a new type of drop that will replace crates. When you receive a blueprint, it will show you exactly what item you can create from it for a set price. So they're going to have credits. Once they're in your inventory, blueprints will allow you to pay to create the item it offers and receive it immediately, or you can leave it in your inventory and choose to create the item later. And hopefully trade it. That's the part they haven't talked about. Like the crate items that preceded them, blueprints can drop with special attributes like painted, certified, and special editions. There's more than just blueprints coming to Rocket League. In the same game update in December, we'll be introducing a new rotating item shop. The item shop will offer a wide variety of content, including new items, legacy crate contents that you might have missed out on, and a long-awaited debut of items like the Titanium White Dominus. There's a lot of people that really want that. I don't know why. I don't like the Dominus. All right, important note. Item shop purchases will be bound to your account and cannot be traded. That's why we think blueprints will be tradable and that kind of stuff. Yeah. Items from blueprints and item shops will be obtained by credits or new premium currency replacing keys. You'll use credits to create items from blueprints, upgrade to Rocket Pass Premium, and buy content from the item shop. Esport tokens will be separate from credits and will be the only way to purchase items from the Esport shop. There's a lot more to reveal about the item shops, and we will share more about it in the coming months. The Great Crate Conversion. Once the new blueprint system goes live, your keys will automatically be converted into credits the first time you log into Rocket League. Each remaining crate you have will be converted into a blueprint of the same series. So when you open a crate, it gives you like 10, 12 items that you can get. So you will get a blueprint from that, is kind of what I'm reading here.
Okay.
And I look kind of like a crazy man doing this on.
Yeah. Well, no better than me doing this.
Yeah. But before blueprints go live later this year, the Vindicator crate, actually it came out on October 4th, is already out, will come to Rocket League. And this is the final crate, and it will feature the new Sentinel battle car and Nero Agitator Goal Explosion. So that's a lot, but they're getting rid of crates. They're going to blueprints. I don't know how I feel about it. I've never really been into the trading thing. I'm hoping it doesn't take away from all the things that I can earn with the battle pass and all that stuff that I have.
They shouldn't nerf that any. There should still be whatever you have for battle pass, which I've looked at, but we have to play it more in order for me to really want to do that. But I don't see them changing that too much. I mean, they're still going to want to have that there. That's a source of income because you have to pay for that, right? So
yeah, it's like a $9.99 for the season or whatever long that lasts.
So they're not going to really want to nerf that or take that away or change it in any way, shape, or form.
There's a lot of people in the Rocket League community that are worried about the whole trading thing going away, but I really think that instead of having a crate that most people trade for and having keys, you'll just trade for the blueprints you have for other things.
Yeah.
So it'll be kind of interesting to see where they go with that, the trading community. So and if a battle pass allows you to earn credits, because there are keys in the battle pass now that you can earn at certain points. So if keys equal credits, does that mean when they come out the next battle pass, you'll just be credits on the spot instead of keys? Don't know,
honestly, but
or maybe just like an unlock for the blueprint, and you could just unlock any blueprint you want. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
that would make the battle pass totally worth it. All right,
definitely.
So let's, now that I've read all that, let's go into the Overwatch Super Smash Bros.
Sure.
Wishful crossover thing.
So basically, Overwatch is heading to the Switch next month. The Blizzard VP and the director of Overwatch, Jeff Chaplin, are keen on the idea of porting over a character or a few characters from the roster of Overwatch to Super Smash Brothers. Now, in here it sounds like they're really hoping to send Tracer over, because Tracer is pretty much the cover girl for Overwatch. And I think that'd be pretty interesting. You know, it's not like you're going to want to send over like Torbjorn or any of those other guys.
But the guy who would make the most sense would be Doomfist.
Yeah, Doomfist would be pretty cool. But Tracer was the first character you were introduced to. She's on the front of every Overwatch league. There's basically her doing her tracing ability, so it makes sense. But I mean, they got 31 characters to choose from, so they could really fill out, I think, Super Smash Brothers if they really wanted to with Overwatch characters.
I would be really interested. I don't have Super Smash Brothers, but if they put Lucio in there, I think I might have to get it, because I think he would be really fun to play in that game with his skating mechanic, his blowback ability, but all of them shoot. That's the problem. They all shoot, and there's really no.
Not all of them shoot. Not all of them.
Well, Doomfist.
Doomfist shoots, but the guy that carries the hammer, Reinhardt doesn't shoot. He's got that big mace that.
Okay, you're right.
It's jet mace, and then when he holds it down, it projects a shield.
The shield would be totally useless.
No, but that rocket ability where he flies at you and then hits you.
Yeah, but he would also go off the map with that, because there's edges on Smash Brothers, they fall off, so he would go.
Bridget doesn't. Bridget's a squire or whatever from his part of the world.
I haven't played her.
She's got a shield, and then she's got a mace that, or like it might more like, I don't know, whatever the one is, that Morning Star, whatever, where they can swing it around
with the chain.
Yeah. There's a couple of them that really don't. Mercy does her side. She's got her sidearm, but she's mainly healing. So not everybody shoots, but there is a lot of shooting characters. So like Soldier or whatever.
The majority of them shoot.
Yeah, Torbjorn and his turret. You know,
I
so
mean,
I don't know.
they could do whatever they want. I mean, they could put a tracer in there, but just her dash ability and then her rewind. I mean, I just, how would they do her right without making her overpowered?
Don't know. But that is what they're talking about now. Is Blizzard want? They're just getting this. They're going in with Nintendo now. I mean, of course, they sent Diablo to the Switch, and now it sounds like they want to get some Overwatch over there as well. So
Yeah, I think a Diablo character in Super Smash would make more sense.
I mean, if they could put in the Demon Hunter, that would be
even he's
cool.
ranged though, so maybe,
Oh, the only other one you could do like the Barbarian, the Crusader.
Yeah.
The Witch Doctor's still kind of
range with his
range.
blow darts.
The Mage is ranged. So it would probably, I mean, if they were going to send over a Diablo character, if you didn't want him ranged, it would have to be either the Barbarian or the Crusader.
And the only one that's been in all Diablo games, well, where they had classes,
was they do the Necro.
The Barbarian, right?
Yeah.
Was Barbarian... I'm trying to remember what they had in one. They did have classes, but you could pretty much use whatever you wanted, right?
No, they had me... And one was a little bit different. Two is where I really came into. I know two a little bit better than one.
Yeah, it's been a while since I played one, but I remember having like a paladin-like character that's casting magic wizard fireballs and stuff, so... Yeah, I don't know.
Days of Blizzard.
I don't know. Maybe one of the Lost Vikings. Was that a Blizzard title? They had the Vikings.
Yes, game. It is. And well, the Lost Vikings actually made an appearance in their Dota game. So they're either together or you can separate them out, and they're really hard to play. They're really hard to play. Yeah. And then there is actually a ogre, which actually takes two characters to play because one person controls each head. So.
Oh yeah, that's from World of Warcraft, though, right?
Yeah, but he's in the Dota game as well.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if they add a Blizzard character to Super Smash Brothers. It'd be kind of cool to see which one they decide on if they go that route. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But, I mean, it's gonna happen. It sounds like it's already a done deal. They're just hoping that they're just waiting to see who they're gonna pick to pull in. But they said they can have anybody on the roster. To the Smash Brothers team, whatever character you want, we'd love them all. So it's basically take whoever you want and bring them into Super Smash Brothers.
But that's really just saying we're up for it. Take whoever you want. We're cool with it. It doesn't mean it's going to happen, though.
It's going to happen.
You think it's going to happen?
Yes.
All right. Well, we'll have to wait and see. But we don't have to wait and see for what's coming out this week.
That is true.
So
what do we got?
Video game releases for this week. We got Trine 4, The Nightmare Prince on October 8th on PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. You ever played any of the Trine games?
No, I've heard they're pretty good.
They're a co-op, side-scrolling, beat-em-up, puzzle-solving type of game where you got to work with the other, like one's a wizard, one's a warrior, and one's a ranger, and you got to solve puzzles, beat guys up, beat bosses to continue. So it would be a fun co-op game with everybody.
Sure.
The next game is Concrete Genie, October 8th on the PS4. And that one is a really interesting game. It starts off, you're like a kid and you're an artist. And you have a art book and you're drawing in there, painting or whatever in there. And these kids steal your art and throw the papers everywhere. So then you go around and paint on the walls and stuff, and your paintings come to life or something. And it's really colorful, and it could be very, very interesting. Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair, which is a sequel to Yooka-Laylee, comes out October 8th on the PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Nintendo Switch. A Knight's Quest, October 10th on PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. The Bradbury Conspiracy on October 11th on Xbox One, PS4, PC, and Switch. And the next one, the last one I put on there is not out until next week, so we're going to delete that.
Okay.
That is what we have for the week. So, was there any other tidbits that you wanted to share?
No, I mean, like I said, I've been busy with work and travel and whatnot, so it's going to take me a little bit to get ramped back up. I still have another trip coming up this upcoming week to Minneapolis, so once it starts to slow down, but I don't know. They have to hire somebody for that to slow down for me. So I don't know, but my goal is to try to get back into this. I don't like not being able to game and whatnot. So, but this pays the bills, and I'm getting buku overtime. So
there you go. You can buy all those games that are coming out in the next couple of months that you want to play.
Well, Star Wars is the only one I'm really just chomping at the bit to get my hands on. So,
Death Stranding went gold.
Yeah.
I'll play that one if you're not down for that. I'm definitely down for Death Stranding.
I'll still pick it up. That's not a question. I want to play it because the more that comes out, the more you're like, well, this is going to be interesting. It's
going to be definitely interesting. That's a good word for it.
They need to give me more info but they're intentionally not giving you enough. So
it's a game about connecting the world, because I don't know if you saw the latest trailer. They released another trailer that came out, and Grievous was basically voicing his character, and his character was saying that it's my job to reconnect the world.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like he goes from station to station reconnecting the world somehow, and that's his goal, and he goes through the stories, he does it. I'm hoping that it's really, really cool and not very difficult.
Well, remember that there is a very easy mode.
Yeah, but we're gamers. We can't do that. We can't do very easy.
No,
mode.
I mean, I'll probably do normal.
Yeah.
But it's not one of those where it's like I'm gonna take the hardest setting on it. I'm really not. This game is a story. It's not meant to be. I think to be one of those overly difficult games. It's to tell a story. Once you go through it once, maybe you could crank up the difficulty, but ultimately it's kind of like Mass Effect. I played it, easy starting off, and then I cranked it way up after a couple playthroughs. But it's a story, so you don't want to break the story with constantly dying.
No, you don't, and it takes you out of the game when you get frustrated.
Oh yeah, especially if it's like 3 deaths at the same spot. Yeah, then you're like, well, F this, I'm done for now.
That goes to that Katagawa ball in Borderlands. I died to it instantly 4 times, and was I'll get back to this. And then 4 days later, I finally got back to it and was like, all right, do I level up or just figure this boss out? And I was like, I'll just figure him out. And a couple more deaths, and I figured him out. But it was just I like my head intact. I don't like banging it against the wall.
Yes.
So,
I'm not all about making it super difficult the first time through.
No. Now, New Game Plus or going on a harder difficulty, that's different.
Well, New Game Plus is great because that's basically starting a new game, keeping all your stuff from the previous playthrough. So I always like that when it comes to Assassin's Creed, because I keep all of the stuff.
Exactly. You're super kick butt
so you're
character,
already assassin, and then it's like, all right, I got my high level sword and shield or whatever it is you're carrying at that moment. So
yeah, what I wish games would get better at in regards to New Game Plus is taking all the equipment that is available in the first run and making it, for if you're level 30 or whatever, now it's the level 1 stuff is now level 30 in its stats and everything, and everything else builds up after that.
Yeah, they don't really do that, but that would be nice.
They should. I mean, that's just my opinion. You want something to look forward to, and maybe even moving the items around so you don't know exactly where they are or something, or exactly how to get them would be cool. True. I mean, Borderlands does it. When you go to the higher Vault Hunter rankings in Borderlands, the guns go up in their damage and everything. So
as they should.
Yeah, they have that ability. I don't know why they don't do it, but
don't know.
All right, so for me, what I have on tap is I'm going to be streaming some more Blue Dragon, and unless Oz is available, then we'll play some Borderlands 3 or whatever we decide to play. And
we'll get into some Breakpoint. So
yeah, we'll have to we'll get into it to see if it's good or bad or in between.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not holding my breath on this being a the golden standard for because to me the standard was Wildlands. Wildlands was awesome. I don't know if this is going to quite meet that standard. I really don't. Well, but it'll still be a good story, I think. It's just not as good as Wildlands.
Yeah, and we'll still be in there together playing, so it'll make it fun that way. We'll have to see where it goes from there. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and end the stream, the show. So, until next stream video, take care. Bye-bye now. Static Buzz and Oz. We're out.
Yep. See you guys later.
I got you with the pause there.
Yeah, you always do.
All right, take care, everybody.
Yep. Bye.